Maybe? Okay, here we go. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another video. Today is going to be a short video. This is something that I've been pretty excited about. I've had it for a while. I think I've had it since, January, I think. It is obviously the GoldenMate Orion 1000. I wanted to make sure on this particular battery that I had plenty of time to use it and test it and make sure that I really liked it. And I do. So we'll show it to you. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's not that big of a deal. This is not a real unboxing. I've already had it out and used it. So it does have some things though that I do really like. One, it has a Bluetooth app, so you can see exactly what's happening with the battery. And I understand there's lots of other batteries out there that do it. And it does have a digital screen on top that lets you know what the battery is doing. This is marketed as maybe a trolling motor battery or something of the like, where you can actually look down and you can see, oh, I have, 60% left, and I can only go a little bit further before I have to turn around and come back. This battery also has the ability for CAN bus connectivity, which we're going to use in the truck with the Victron system, just so that we can monitor the battery through the display screen that's going to be into the truck. It's got our instructions here, no big deal. As far as the battery is concerned, it's got easy lifting handles that are already built in, which is huge. Makes it super easy to get out and about. As you can see, it's got all the dust and dirt from the Death Valley trip out in that wind. And so this was powering my diesel heater for 3 nights, and it used about, I think 25% or so. It's 1280, watt hours. So you get plenty of power out of this, and the diesel heaters don't use much, but it is filthy. But they do come with the covers here for the bolts. Let's see, we need help, which is kind of nice. These can be taken on and off with a screw, and you can actually just unscrew the whole bolt in there if you want to. You don't have to take off the top. So this is where the CAN buses plug in, right here. So you plug them in here and then connect them to whatever system that you need the CAN bus for. I can tell you that this battery I like so much that I purchased a second one that's sitting right here. So we'll have 2. I may even buy a 3rd and just run 3 of these in the back of the truck. So it is IP67 waterproof, which is good. Means you can actually get it wet. It won't matter if it gets splashed with water or something like that if you're going to use it in a water application. It also has a like 4,000 to 15,000 battery life cycle. It also keeps track of it for you, so you can see how many times it's actually been cycled. It's supposed to last for 10 years, which is kind of standard now with LiFePO batteries. The size is group 31, so it's, again, standard sizes, everything else. Got the built-in BMS with, I think it's like 20 plus different protections, from, cold charging, cutoffs to being too hot cutoff, things like that. So it's using EV grade cells, so electric vehicle cells, Teslas or whatever you want to call it, like that. It weighs almost about 31 pounds, so it's not like super light, and it's not super heavy. It's much lighter than a standard lead acid battery. So what we'll do real quick is I'll bring up a power station here. We'll use it to extend the life of the actual power station. If you only run one, it's 12 volts, so you're only going to get maybe 100 watts or so. But if you take and run 2 and you connect them in series versus parallel, you can actually maximize whatever your input for your power station is. So if it takes 500 watts, you could get the 500 watts going in. But at 12 volts times 100, is 120 watts. So it is what it is. But let's bring up power station. Get that guy set up. We will unscrew our lugs here. Yep. Dropping the washers everywhere. Yep, push. So what we have here is we have a fused link, which goes to an Anderson, and then the Anderson plug will be to an XT60, and then we'll use this as actually the input on the DJI power station here. So we'll get this guy connected first. We'll get our negative on. This will give you an input when we show you the screen on what it's actually doing. Get that tightened. So the button is right here. It's kind of a little invisible button. Right now we are at a state of charge at 91%. So we'll plug this guy in here. Just like that. DJI is accepting it. It's about 80%. It'll probably ramp up to about 100 watts or so. And then it will show us on here that it is putting out, you know, close to the 100 watts or 110. And there's going to be some lost through the translation here. Let's put some glasses on so we can see things nowadays because we're old. Yeah, 105 watts. There's even a backlight for it that you can turn on or off, just like that. So output's 105 watts, the battery's at 91%. We can use our battery charger to, you know, show that it is charging. We can show that kind of percentage if we want. We'll do that, and then I will show you the app at the same time. So we have our charging going in, is charging in at 99 watts. And we have an output of 105 watts. So you can use this, you know, to effectively extend the life of this. You're not going to be able to, you know, run some hugely power deficit item out of here and hope that that's going to keep up. But if you're using something that's using less than 100 watts, charging laptops, phones, things like that, we can effectively combine 1,280 watt hours with 1,000 watt hours, and now we've got, you know, 2,280 watt hours. Of usable energy, you know, for any long period of time. Running a fridge, this would last forever. You know, my fridge only uses about 50 watts, and it doesn't use it all day, every day. So it, you know, it cycles on and off. So right here, you know, that's more than enough to run that fridge for multiple days without being recharged. All right, so we disconnected the output on this. What we'll do is we will put our lithium safe charger, attach it to it. Side first, on that side, tight fit, tight reach. We'll wait for the charger to determine that it is a lithium battery. And once it makes those adjustments, it'll go ahead and it'll start charging at the appropriate rate. It's only a 15 amp charger, so, you know, 150 watts if you're lucky. Yeah, we're getting 200 out of it, which is good. So as you can see, we're over here on the input side. Now we're showing the 208 watts going in total, that it is being charged, so that's good. So here's the GoldenMate app, if you can see that. That tells us exactly what's happening here. Battery's charging. It's got 200 plus watts going in. Tells us our state of charge, temperature of the batteries. What else we got here? Yeah, the amount of time it'll take before it's full. We're not discharging anything, so we're good to go there. And that's about it. That's in Celsius. We'll put that thing in Fahrenheit. So it says the battery's about 77 degrees, so we're in good shape. But I mean, that's about it. I mean, this is, it's a battery, you know. I mean, you know, there's lots of stuff on YouTube, you know, lots of good people out there who have run these things through their paces, you know, they'll give you all the little special details that some people love. They've torn them apart. This is actually a very easy to assemble and disassemble. All of these little things right here are screw holes, and then the top will come right off. You can have access to the BMS and to the cells and things like that if you had to replace something inside the battery. But the battery is reasonably priced. It's less than 300 bucks. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mom. She probably watches this video a little later. But there's a good sale. I think it's an extra 13% off. I'll put a link down below that you can get to it. But it's a good battery. I mean, for the money, 279 bucks, I think is the going rate right now. You can't beat that, you know, for anything. Because if you try to buy, for example, the Power 1000 here, there's a extension battery that you can add to it for another 1,000 watts, and it's going to be $500, $600, $700. You know, it depends on the sales and things like that, but it's twice in most of the battery extension. I mean, I have the EcoFlows with the additional batteries, and those batteries are, you know, $500, $600, 50 cents a watt. Well, this right here is 1,000 watts, $279. So we're talking about 27 cents per watt. You just can't beat it, you know. And it's, again, you're limited on how much wattage you're going to get out of it, but not necessarily if you do 24 volts and things like that. I mean, you can play with it and get everything you need out of it, and really maximize its potential. But I just don't see that there's a benefit in buying the extension batteries for your power stations. They're just dumb batteries. You know, this is considered a dumb battery, but it's a smart battery, you know, and so there's not, you know, you're not paying for all of the additional things. You're not paying for MPPT controllers. You're not paying for, you know, any of the inputs as far as charging and things like that go. It's very simple. It gives you good feedback in and out. You've got an app so you can check on it. Can't complain. I mean, I think it's a great battery. Like I said, I spent my hard-earned money on the second battery, and I'll probably spend my hard-earned money on the third battery, although if I get a discount link, I'm going to use it. But anyway, use the link in the bottom if it's there. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, comment down below what's your favorite battery, what's your favorite power station, how do you do this? Do you have a better way? Do you have tips and tricks? But totally appreciate any comments you guys put in the bottom of the videos. And thanks again, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.